Hey, how's everybody doing? This is Absird, and welcome to Chatting with Abby. Today, we are chatting with Abby about anti-blackness in the media. Absird is having, I'll do that later. Anti-blackness in the media. So, I was watching this show, Marvel's Agent Carter. And it takes place in like the 70s or something. I'm not going to give too many spoilers, but there was a scene where, multiple scenes, where, there were black people in the scene. And they were minor characters, so I didn't pay much attention to them. But I noticed they were incompetent. They were easily deceived. And then I looked at other minor characters. The shy guy. He's the scapegoat. The nice, sweet one. He everyone takes advantage of him, and it ultimately leads to his demise. The Asian one either has physical martial prowess or intellectual prowess, but didn't really have any charisma or pizzazz. Didn't really have leadership material. And as I'm going through how the women are portrayed and the men are portrayed, it's multiple media. Like, oh, this black person is incompetent. This black person is minor. Now, I'll be perfectly clear here. I've noticed this across the spectrum, almost multiple stereotypes, but I can't really relate to all the stereotypes. I can definitely relate to the anti-blackness. There was another show where there was a married couple, and the man was shown to be physically dominating and powerful, and his wife was barking orders and controlling. And any instance in which he had acquired some authority, she would take it from him. This is the relationship dynamic that they choose to portray, where this woman is taking the authority from the man. The man has to be big and powerful and intimidating to everyone outside of that relationship. But the ones inside, they know the truth. They know how it should be. And it just makes me wonder, if someone constantly consumes this media, how does it affect them? I sometimes think about, the media I consumed as a child, listen to Usher. She likes it my way. What I say goes, and I'm in control. Like, really, that's the media that I'm gonna consume. Always that song's even about infidelity. Like, how much music is there about infidelity? I was chatting with someone on my way home, and they had mentioned I had performed a song sober. Like, this is, I'm aware this is a sad song, but also a happy, a more upbeat song. Like, well, everyone can relate to sadness. And it makes me wonder how often that conversation happens. Like, if you listen to the music, well, everyone cheats. And so, if someone leads with expectations, how does this affect their ability to enter a relationship? If they enter a relationship with the expectation, everyone cheats. Man, it's like I start to understand the patterns of destruction that I cause based on the patterns of destruction I was exposed to. And so these are my raw thoughts. I haven't actually had this conversation with anyone. I'm having it with Aaron, and I'm having it with you. I'm going to give you affection off camera. And these portrayals, these images that are constantly being projected, they start to mirror phenomenon I'm observing in reality. When I have a friend who constantly consumes media, this particular personality encourages bullying, and my friend delved deeper into the conversation than I did, and told me, "Oh no, this person doesn't just bully black women. They bully men. They bully as many people as they can." And it's like, but the reason they bully black women is because that's the one that gets the most clicks, the most views, that garners the most attention. The media's like, "Oh, we're gonna bully black people? Hey, here's your platform. Do what you gotta do, buddy. I like you." And then this friend happens to begin exhibiting more traits that would exacerbate bullying and finding reasons to be mean to people and take your anger and frustrations out of them. Oh, you're bleeding on me. And to take their anger and frustrations out on all these people. Like, literally imagining excuses. Imagining ways to justify why I should be allowed to be mean to this person. In one of the action sequences, the person says, "Why should I trust you?" Then the orchestra starts playing the American anthems and things, associated with that. Because we're the good guys. Everybody wants to be the good guy. This media personality that's out here bullying people. Why is this person allowed to bully? Well, they're the good guy. They're telling it like it is. They're the only ones keeping it real. Reminds me of Dave Chappelle. When keeping it real goes wrong. Like, take time, analyze these situations. This man was making fun. Look at what he was saying. Understand that while he may have been exaggerating, he wasn't. He wasn't. This is what it looks like. So, I've been noticing volume issues. So, I'm trying to monitor the volume, but my natural voice appears to be too bassy, and I don't know which voice to use or how to adjust the tonality of my voice in order to be less flaky. Not less flaky, less peaky. Yeah, it's peaking, like it's constantly peaking into the red. So maybe this volume is just better. Okay. Dave Chappelle used exaggeration only in terms of context, but not in terms of intensity. As far as like the things that I've observed and how a lot of his things that he say go past me. That man is on an entirely another level of genius. But the parts that I am able to decipher, I would recommend, now that he definitely has the rights to his media again, or he's receiving some form of compensation. look up, when keeping it real goes wrong. I'm probably gonna do it right after this. Probably. Well, I don't know if I can link it since this is YouTube. When keeping it real goes wrong. And then there are people who can't necessarily tell the difference between the heroes they admire and the effects that those heroes would have if utilized in the real world. You see Superman fly through buildings. There's a meme going around, an Avengers meme, where when you walk outside and you see Hulk using your car to smash interdimensional villains. And it was showing it from the perspective of not just the people whose property this is, but poor people. Like when you take Hulk off your insurance because it's just too expensive, and then you see a portal open from another planet. Excellent. Oh, in real life, these damages aren't just write-offs. Edit. Depending in the pedal. Ya no. Ahorita. Okay? Ahorita. These damages aren't write-offs in reality. When someone imagines themselves the hero. No! When someone imagines themselves the hero and then goes about to save the day and be the good guy, these damages that they cause aren't just write-offs. Not in reality. Donald King often, I don't want to say his name like he's some superhero. That's my brother. My brother Donald. Woo! Donald King. He purports to be the avatar for this cycle, and many of the things that he claims to see, I observe them on significantly smaller scales. It's like I'll see something, not know what I'm looking at, and he'll speak in principles, and because it's in principles, I can construct. I start connecting the dots between what I see and what he's saying. It's like, oh, that starts to explain this particular structure here and why it's moving this way. It's like, okay, and then it starts the image that I have in my mind begins to get reconstructed with the principles based in reality. At least as he claims, which causes me to more or less agree with most of what he says. It says reality has a system. That is a system. And corruption is and functions as a disease. Corruption being the phenomena humans would call the devil. Reality being the phenomena that humans would call God. And reality being what exists outside of any individual perception. Corruption being a glitch in the system of reality. Because reality is a living, self-aware, sentient system comprised of structural building blocks and smaller systems. There's a process that corruption has to go through in order to be viable, to return back to being healthy. I don't have details on it. I only have his claims, and because they're his claims, sometimes I feel it would be better hearing it from him, because if it's not true, I don't want to necessarily spread that information. I don't know if the things I say are true, but I do know that because I've observed these on a different scale, I don't mind repeating them. It's like, I don't know if it's true, but I've seen it. So maybe I got tricked really good. And if so, hey, let me know I'm getting tricked, There's another topic that I wanted to cover this morning, but I'm not entirely sure how to verbalize it, how to map it out contextually, and I don't want to just talk nonsense. Okay. It was about how I build images in my mind. But no, yeah. So, there are things that I can see, but I'm not necessarily seeing them with my physical senses. So, in order to convert them into physical senses, I tend to convert them into light, as that's, for some reason, my brain prefers to see light. So when I look at someone's spirit or their energy, I interpret it as light, but it looks different than light. Like, I see the light from this or the light from the sun, and just as those types of light appear different, the light from my bulb, I don't know what kind of bulb it is, it appears differently than sunlight. In the same way, someone's their energy, that the potential energy that they can have access to and harness from their body, it appears differently. In music, I'm not gonna say that I see colors, because I don't know if that's the best way to describe it, but I see images in light. So when I hear a song, or when I sing or perform, there's an image, and I sing to match the colors, to match the images, and this is a visual thing. It's often why I either close my eyes or just have to tune out the visual senses from reality. I still observe it. I just don't focus on anything in particular, because I have to focus on this image and these different colors and arrays that I see, and it's so wonderful how it works. Just hearing the sound, and it just, goodness, it's so beautiful. And even when I see like actual light, I can see an additional energy signature attached to like different colors. So when I see like a person who has creamy-ish skin, and that they wear a yellow dress, I can observe like an interaction between the yellow of their dress and the yellowish goldenish colors of their skin, and it's like little, not electricity, but like small gusts of wind, but the wind is made up of light. And when Aaron is excited, especially when like we're both in like really good moods, that's what radiates from her body. These small gusts of wind composed of light. It's just like bouncing out. And when she's scared, it just like shuts down. Like she's all or nothing. She's all or nothing. I love that about her. And even in times like where she's scared, she'll turn to me. So towards this object that she's scared of, it's nothing. And when she turns to me, it's awe. And it's like, how do you do both like that? Like in that fraction of a second of consideration. And then the actions that occur in reality is her hair rises back, her tail goes down, she starts running towards me, but still, checking behind her to or backing towards me sometimes. Trying to be aware of like where my physical location is in relevance to hers and in relevance to whatever the object is that she's viewing as danger. And have the speed at which that happens is incredible. I feel like I'm getting off topic. I feel like this is no longer discussing anti-blackness in the media, and so that will be a different conversation. Thank you for joining, having this conversation with me. I want to get more on this subject. I'm gonna need input. I'm gonna need someone to, give me more information, bounce ideas off of, offer different viewpoints and perspectives. Let me know what they're seeing so we can compare perspectives, figure out what's going on, figure out what's happening around us. Remember, I'm Absird. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Absird1, Cashapp, ABSIRD. Alright. Thank you for, being here. Aaron is finally down for the count, baby. Yes. She's gonna be like that until I open the door and take her for a night walk. That way, she can really be down for the count, and then I'm probably gonna do my workout, go to sleep, have a good night. People could probably